Okay, so what you'll need for this project is a ruler, of course your t-shirt, some scissors, and chalk. And this is tailor chalk. It's just actually a piece of tailor chalk. But you prefer that because it gives you a straighter line when you're trying to put your designs in. So we will be using those different things. First, what we'll do is cut our wing sleeve. So what you do is fold your shirt in half. You try to line up your sleeves. And depending on how you want your sleeve to, how deep of a wing you want, that will depend on how deep your cut goes. So for this one, I think I want a sort of deep wing. So I want to make sure that my sleeves line up, because I cut them together to make sure that they're even, and I won't have to like measure and figure out what things are. And that's why it's really good to have the fabric scissors, because they are very sharp and they will cut through the 4 layers of material. So I'm going to go at an angle here. Watch your finger back there. And you don't have to worry about it being really, really straight, because what you're going to do is pull this, and that's what's going to give you your wing effect. I recommend that you hold your seam line, because if you pull your seam line, it will come apart. So you don't want to pull your seam line. So we'll hold on to the seam line and then stretch just a little. Stretch just a little. And that's going to give you that wing effect and the rolled up sleeve look. So you see there? There are my sleeves. Pull them out. All right. So next what we're going to do is we're going to cut a small V in the front. And normally what I do is to single layer this, I turn my shirt sideways. As you can see here, I pull my 2 together. This helps me line it up to make sure that it's even. And everyone does this a little differently. But I pull these 2 seams together because you only want a single layer of material. And then I try to line my shirt up to where my seams meet. So you see here, that seam's meeting and that seam is meeting. So now, depending on your shirt color, and due to I have my pink chalk, I don't want my pink chalk to show up on the outside of my shirt after I cut it. It will come off, rub off, but in the event, I just kind of do this because it's a white shirt. So I'm actually going to turn my shirt inside out so that I can draw my lines in peace. Okay, so it's inside out. Now I'm going to do the same thing, just on the other side. I'm going to take the 2, open my collar up and take my 2 inseams, the 2 collar inseams together, and try to straighten my shirt to make sure I have and you'll have to go through and just kind of line it up. Let's see here, where's this seam? I want to try to line it up, and all this does is kind of help you have straight lines when you do your cut. So you see here, these are lined up, this is lined up, So you want to make sure that you do not cut, that your t-shirt sleeve is not near the collar, because you don't want to cut anything. So what we're going to do here, I think I'm going to put like a 3-inch V. Maybe, let's see, I'll do a 4-inch V. A 4-inch V in the front right here. And you want to make sure you don't cut your design. So you see here I'm measuring it from that right there to here. I'm going to take my chalk and draw my little line here. This is going to tell me where to cut. So you see I have my line. Don't have to put anything, I hope you can see it, but I just drew my line in here, and it's kind of like the little pink color. You may not be able to see it, but I put it on with the chalk. So I'm going to make sure, I'm going to go ahead and cut my V along that line. I do not cut all the way to the top inseam, and I do that on purpose because I don't want to cut my collar at all. So you see I have my V here. What I'm going to do is do this manually here. I'm going to come up to the top, and then I don't want to cut my seam, I want to leave my seam. So I'm going to cut around. We'll cut up to that, pull that in to make sure it's straight. So if you have any residue, just cut that off. So, okay, I already have actually a cute design here. As you can see, I have my wing sleeve as well as a front V-neck on my shirt right now. It's really cute. I can see it now. I can see the cuteness. And so you see that from the front. And sometimes what I do is come on to the front side of it and clean it up a little to make sure it all flows together, because this will, you'll see the front side of it instead of the back side. So you want to make sure your lines are straight. And I recommend do not cut your sew line. You don't want to cut your seam. You want to leave that intact. Okay, so that's the front. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to line up our shirt based on our shoulder inseams, our shoulder seams. We're going to pull it. Want to make sure it's straight. So let's see here. Like I said, you want to make sure you do not have any sleeves under here or anything like that. You only want 2 sides of material. That is your only the back side set up the long way. Okay, so it appears that these are straight. Make sure my inseams here, everything looks like it lines up, because you don't want, it's don't have to be perfect, but you don't want your V to be sideways on your shirt, So I am going to, the V that we're going to do on the back side, you can make it as low as you like. You can go down to your bottom, you can go up to the top. So it depends on how low you want it. That's how many inches you'll need to cut. So I'm going to do like the whole 12-inch right here, because I want a somewhat low V on my shirt. So I'm gonna trace, do my trace line here. So I did my trace, and I pretty much did the same angle, so it will not be a really wide V, but it's gonna be a V. And then I'm about to cut. Go ahead and cut. Like I said, make sure you don't have any of your sleeves or the front side or anything. You only want, this should be just the back side of your shirt. Remember what I said, don't go all the way to the top. All right, so now you should have your shirt should look like this. I am going to go ahead and take this tag out. It is a tearaway. And if you don't have a tag in the back of your shirt, you should be okay. And then I'm actually going to turn this one on this side and cut. I'm going to turn it to the right side, because as I said before, you do not want to cut your seam. And I want to be a little more, it was a little easier on the front side because it was a small one, but this, due to it's not as small, I'm going to start out cutting it on the right side to make sure I don't cut the wrong thing. Okay. So I'm going to cut. I'm just going to cut it out and then I'll clean it up. All right. So let's clean this up a little. Go to this side and see if we can clean it up a little more, and this will kind of help you line it up as well. So, and I'm just cutting along that line there. It's getting a little closer so I won't have any flap. All right. Okay, so get rid of all your little pieces here. All right, so there's your back V. I'll show it to you in a second here. So there's your V in the back. So you have your wing sleeve. Now what we're going to do is turn our shirt over. And you will see like how cute this is. It did not take long. So this is the front. You have your little V there. And then you turn it over. And here's your back. And you just made a cute little shirt that you can wear out, you know, this summer, things like that. You see how straight, it's like the V's pretty much straight on the back. It's kind of clean. You can stretch it if you like, or you can just leave it like this. And when you wash it, it's gonna roll up just a little, so it'll come out really cute. Your sleeves will roll up, all of that. And have some wing sleeves. So there you go. That's how you make a V-neck on the front and back t-shirt with wing sleeves. All right. So if you have any questions or any comments, leave them in the comment section. As usual, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We appreciate you being with us and watching our video, and we will be bringing more videos to you soon to show you how to upscale and upcycle other designs into t-shirts and other items that we have available with our company. Okay, you guys have a great day, and we will talk soon. Bye.